doing nothing, chilling at the Holiday Inn. It's like, now what's poppin', what's good, what's poppin', what's good. What is up, beautiful, beautiful colleagues? It's your girl, LaTayshaann, and welcome back. I call you guys my colleagues because we're trying to get to $1 million together. You gonna do it your way, I'm gonna do it my way, but either way it's gonna be done, okay? All right, y'all, so I got a story time for y'all, and y'all know y'all love my story time, so go ahead, sit back, get your drink, and you can take a bite. What's the song, girl? Who knows? Okay, so as you've seen by the title, this is the freakiest doctor I ever worked with, okay? And let me just point this out. This might be alleged. This might be AI. This video might be totally made up. I might just literally be standing here lying to you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, okay? All right, so this was a very long time ago. This was at one of the PRN facilities that I worked at, okay? So I'm not going to say names for these people because they're irrelevant, but we're going to, well, maybe I should so we can keep up. Okay, girls, so I went to this facility. You know when you have a PRN job and you go to the facility and you get okay, cool with people, you know, you get in good with people, and you get to know about the facility, okay? Especially if you're working day shift. At this time, I work day shift. So I was cool with one of the STNAs on the floor. She was a super young girl, and she kind of looked up to me, right? Because I knew her from her sister. I knew her through some people or whatever. So every time we would come, we would catch up. So this one time she come and she just laughing, and she's in her phone a lot. To the point I had to be like, girl, get your call lights. Mind you, I ain't even that type of nerd, okay? But I had to be like, girl, can you get your call lights? What are we doing? So eventually throughout the shift, I'm like, girl, you okay? Can we focus just a little bit? So she eventually later in the day decided to tell me that she got a new boo, and I'm like, okay, that's cute, but make sure he keeps you focused. And she like, he is gonna keep me focused, okay? He gonna keep me focused because he focused and he's successful in life. I'm like, okay, cool. Mind you, she's young, so I'm thinking she just talking about, girl, a little boy that probably got him a little nice job in college. Girl, no. So she then drops the bomb on me that she is messing with a professional man. I said, okay, period. And this professional man though was a doctor that was there. None of my business. That's my PRN job. I do not care, bro. Okay, cool. So her and the doctor is kicking it or whatever. This is what she's telling me. They haven't done anything actual, but you know, he was flirting and they found each other on Instagram. So now they just been talking for a few weeks, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So this was like, I came back a few times after that. So I eventually came back one time and said doctor was there. Now, baby, he was fine. Okay. He was T. When you see them two fingers touching, I ain't gonna hold you. You were T, right? But ew. So I seen him and I'm like, okay, he's handsome. I get what to talk about. So she basically telling me the story. She's telling me everything that's going on, how he tried to play her, da-da-da, and da-da-da. See, y'all, this is a sew-in. Why is a track? Child. But she telling me the story about how he tried to play her, this and that. I'm like, okay, so what happened when he tried to play you? And basically she just telling me how he said she was too young and she's trying to figure out why he messed with her in the first place. But they still was like flirting and everything, girl. Basically he was trying to lead her on. Okay, boom. Like he wanted her to the side to deal with her when he wanted to deal with her. You know how these men be, okay? Just because he a doctor, it don't make it no different, okay? So long story short, she just telling me that. I'm like, girl, would it be okay? Mind you, she talking about it while he's here, okay? So I don't know if you're familiar, but with long-term care facilities, the doctor don't come often. Most facilities, the doctor probably will come once, twice a month. Because a lot of times they have nurse practitioners that look over their orders and work. And usually in long-term, there's not a lot of new orders unless there's a new admit or unless there's like something emergency going on, but therefore we'll call them. So this doctor, he would come twice a month, twice a month, okay? So he was there that day, and he started walking to my car and talking to me. I've already dealt with females long enough to know, look, cut this shit. Listen, I'm being polite, but I'm trying not to be polite because I do not want your man, babe. I don't even want it to get off like that. But he literally keep talking to me, like asking me questions. But it wasn't, the crazy part is he was smooth, okay? Because he wasn't asking me questions like that were over the line. It was more like I'm trying to get to know you, like I can tether the line with you, okay? You know what I'm saying? But so he ended up staying in my car for like 15 minutes. I'm like, okay. So anyways, the shift ended up ending and that was that, okay? So long story short, after that, I pick up another time. I think this time I was really trying to run it up. So it wasn't shortly after that that I picked up. And this time it was not the director of nursing, it was the nurse manager. She was on the unit. So once again, remember I told you I knew the younger girl through sister, cousin, all that type of stuff. So this nurse manager was her aunt. So I was familiar with her, but I did not know her. But you know when you know people and know people, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I was familiar with her that way. So of course we naturally hit it off and naturally start talking. This was early in my nursing career. I done learned some lessons, okay? So she started telling me I had to order. It was something I had to do where I had to fax over to the doctor and I couldn't reach the nurse practitioner. So me talking too daggone much, I'm like, oh my God, I do not kind of want to talk to him on the phone. Mind you, I'm feeling cool. We at the shit. We hi, hey, key. And she like, why? What's wrong? And I'm like, girl, he just, I don't know, girl. I was like, I heard he be messing with bad girls here. I said, and I don't know. I said earlier he kept it professional, but y'all, the questions a doctor ain't never came to the car and just talked to you for 15, 20 minutes about your life and what you got, you know what I'm saying? And it was questions he was asking me that was not invasive, but it was more of, I'm really trying to get to, like, you know what I'm, like, he was trying to push the envelope without pushing the envelope. And I kind of just said that to her. I'm like, girl, nothing. I just heard he real flirtatious and he was lightweight flirting with me last time. So I didn't say flirting. I can't remember the verbiage I used, but I just kind of said, girl, he was just at the car too long last time for me. I said something like that, literally that simple, right? Mind you, me and this lady, I'm thinking we cool. And I was like, he just was at the car too long for me last time. This is kind of what I was saying. I didn't use the word flirting, but I'm like, he was just at the car too long last time. I was like, and I just don't feel like dealing with it. I don't feel like talking to him, just talking. End of the shift, tired. We working 12-hour shifts, and she like, right. So girl, fast forward, okay? So mind you, I keep trying to pick up. So a few times I started picking up my shift, but every time I picked up, I would get moved to a particular hall. Now, this hall on the building, nobody likes to cover this hall because it's always something on this hall, y'all. It's always something on this hall, so don't nobody like to be on this hall. So I'm really trying to figure out, like, because I would look at the schedule and I would be like, it clear as day is the people that's supposed to be on this hall, they're here. So why are you putting me? I could see if it was a situation where it's like, well, y'all all PRN or y'all all agency, y'all need to get on this hall. No, it literally was a situation where it was like, the people that regular work this hall is here. So what's good with you? Okay. So girl, fast forward. Okay. So long story short, once again, it's my PRN job. I check in with people when I come in every now and again, So the nurse that's typically supposed to be on this floor, she ended up having to come to my side. One time, and she had to go pick up something because she left over there. So I'm talking to her, and I'm like, girl, why is you not with your people? Get your people. You know how you play friendly banter. And she like, girl, I want my people. And I'm like, so we get to talking. I'm like, well, why you don't have your people? So long story short, she like, oh, I thought you was requesting to work here. I'm like, why would I request to work on this floor, girl? Don't nobody want to work on this floor. And she like, I don't know, that's what I was told. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I've never requested this floor ever in my life. I don't know who in their right mind will request this floor. Okay, no offense, but babe, no. Why would I request this floor? You cool? So she like, girl, mind you, this is what I be talking about with females in healthcare. It just be so weird. Mind you, I seen her clocking in like a month prior and her hair was kind of dry, but I thought her hair was dry just because maybe she was tired. It was, 6:50, 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't take stuff like that. I don't be really caring that much. I'm thinking maybe she having a rough day, whatever. Okay, it ain't gonna affect me in my life. So long story short, she thought I was purposely trying to take her hall every time I came in. So that is why she was being dry to me when she seen me. I'm like, girl, no. So we like, well, who's switching it? Okay. So the nurse manager, she ended up leaving that day. So I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm just going to call the director of nursing, right? Fast forward, the next day, I call the director of nursing. I'm like, hey, I love working in a facility, or whatever. And of course, I'm not checking the director of nursing about changing my schedule or anything, but I just was like, I was just asking her, like, I don't want any issues with anyone, right? And I just want to know, basically so many words. I don't want no issues with nobody and I'm okay. That's how I'm delivering it, because at the end of the day, I am in employment in their building. So I'm delivering it as I am okay with taking the hall that the PRN and the agency people take. Like, I don't want to come in and take other people's hall because I don't want it to be an issue. And she said, oh, I knew this girl was gonna do it. Mind you, this is the director of nursing. So mind you, I don't know what she's talking about. She like, I knew she was gonna do that. I'm like, what? And she like, girl, she started talking about the nurse manager. So apparently the nurse manager been messing with Freaky Doctor, okay? And anybody that she feels that he even flirted with, looked at, in any type of way, she basically been doing weird stuff to, right? Okay, so rewind. Remember, me and her were cool that day, so I'm telling her, remember what I told her? Like, I don't feel like talking to him. I feel like he drugged it last time we spoke. Oh, babe. That, I shot myself in the foot because that right there. Now, while the DON is talking, I'm putting two and two together. And I'm like, oh, so she's the one purposely trying to make the schedule and be funny. Because like I told y'all, the hall that this girl is normally on, it is the hardest hall in the building. And, you know, I'm a beast. I'm a beast at what I do. You feel me? But if you've never been on that hall, it's one of them halls where you'll go and you'll be like, I'm never coming back to this building again. I'm never coming here again. It's one of them type halls. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So the DON just on the phone like, don't worry about it. We'll handle it. She doing all of this because of the doctor. The DON is just going. And I'm like, oh, okay. So basically that's what she let me know. She's acting funny because of the doctor. So yeah. But they had already had a meeting with her about it. And they had no concrete proof, but she said there had just been too many instances. Mind you, I'm not talking right now because I don't want anything. You're not about to incriminate me. I don't want to be a part of this, bro. I just want to come do my job. Okay, boom. So she's really talking majority of the time. Okay, so after that, y'all, I never returned back to the facility. But when you think hard. Okay, what's one of the craziest things now? Remember the young girl? Remember, that's her aunt. So I don't know if she knew that the young girl that was the STNA was messing with this doctor or not. I don't know. But you mean to tell me this man was messing with the aunt and the niece? This doctor was messing with the aunt and the niece. And the crazy part about it is he had to know. Like I said, okay? So if you were in that building, you know when people work together, they love to make it be this my niece. That's you. It was known. Do I know that I don't know, right? Because I didn't even see the STNA girl. We never worked on the hall again. So like I said, she wasn't my friend to talk to her like that. To be like, hey, we just happened to be on the same hall. She was telling me all the tea that day. Same with the nurse. Same with the nurse manager, the aunt. So I'm like, when the DO went telling me all this on the phone, I said, you know what? This is already too messy. The niece and the aunt messing with the same doctor, baby. I ain't got to worry about ever seeing me again. Ever. Okay? So that is a story time of one of the freakiest doctors I ever met. I mean, that is not the freakiest doctors I ever met. That is a story time of one of the freakiest doctor that I have ever worked with. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you beautiful, beautiful colleagues later. Bye.